It's New Year's Day and I have coffee, so let's talk about Tolkien. Specifically, a Tolkien-themed board game. This one, The Hobbit, there and back again. You probably saw me mention this in another video and that I would do a complete review of it, and that's what we're doing today. I have played through the entire campaign, and now I feel like I can adequately review this. So to start with, it comes with this little booklet. It's a rule book, of course. And then tokens, we have bread and swords and acorns. And then this is a roll and write, so of course we need dice and dry erase markers. And then what you write on are these books. There are 4 of them. And they go through one by one each chapter of The Hobbit. An Unexpected Party, Roast Mutton, Over Hill and Under Hill, Riddles in the Dark. This is one of my favorite chapters, I'm not gonna lie. Like in the book, but also to play. Out of the Frying Pan and Into the Fire, A Dark Way Through Mirkwood, On the Doorstep, and finally Fire and Water, where you do in fact fight Smaug. I primarily played the entire campaign with my partner, so 2-player. It does work at 1-player, but I haven't tried that yet. But I've done the entire campaign 2-player, and then I've done this first scenario, An Unexpected Party, 3-player or 3-player as well. And I gotta say, this is a really fun game. I found myself wanting to continue playing it over and over. Like, we would finish a scenario and I'd look at my partner and be like, so you want to do another? And most of the time they were game as well. I think the only time we didn't continue on was when it was like 2 a.m. and we were playing, and I was the one that said, no, I can't do this. I need to sleep. But for this one, the way it works is you roll these die, ignore the D6 right now because you don't need it for this scenario. You roll these and you get either a sword, which gets you a sword, a wizard hat, which lets you do one of these actions, or path. And the way this works is you have to connect all the dwarves to Bag End. And the paths have to start at Bag End. So you can't like start here and go down. You have to do this. And that's important because not all dice are 3-sided. Like here's a 1-sided or a 1 square one. This is a 2 square one, etc. like that. And then the bread for this gives you a move action, but also if you have bread before, like if you have this colored in before this, then you get bonus points. And for the most part, that's how all these scenarios work. Bread also gives you an extra move action in some, but yeah, for the most part, it's, you know, roll dice, do what it says on the tin, get points at the end. Riddles in the Dark I like a lot because if you look closely, you can see it actually has voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters. And of course, the answer to that is a mountain. And the mountain is actually represented on the board. Just like teeth is, wind, eggs, time. All the riddles are represented somehow. The one and only real gripe I have about this game is the pine cones. They were included because, of course, in the chapter Out of the Frying Pan Into the Fire, the way the dwarves keep the wargs back is to throw pine cones that are on fire at them. And it works basically the same here. If you get a pine cone, you can throw it at a warg and basically ignore the warg for your turn. But the problem I have is that the pine cones become useless once you connect Gandalf to an eagle. And then he just kind of, you know, takes over and the pine cones are useless. So, like with 1 or 2 actions, you can do that and then the pine cones are just there. They're a cool set piece, and I really like the reference to the books that they have, of course. But I feel like they could have just left those out. likely what happened is they were printing all these bread and swords and just had extra room on the board, the punch out board, because there's only one. And they just decided to fill it with pine cones, which, I mean, fine. That didn't really drive up costs, I don't think, but still. But yeah, the only other thing I really wanted to mention with this is I really, really love the quality of this game. Like, this is thick board, right? And these pieces, these are all really thick as well. Like, that feels like it should be 2 when you hold it, but no, it's 1. They don't bend easy. They're really, like I said, they're really high quality. And the other thing is the paper in this is not just your typical rules paper. This is textured, much like the box is. It's textured. I don't even know how to describe what kind of paper this is. It doesn't feel like normal shiny paper. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality. I'm really impressed with all the artwork. Like, all of this is so cute. Oh yeah, there's a little Bilbo token somewhere too. He marks the first player, but like, look, isn't that so cute? But yeah, hands down, I got a couple different games for like birthday / Yule, because my birthday's in December as well. This is the favorite one I've gotten. And not just because it's a play on my favorite book of all time, which of course is The Hobbit, but because it's really fun. In my opinion, there's a lot of replayability, especially because there are hard modes for the chapters as well. It plays really well at 2. It plays great at 3. I have really nothing bad to say about this game. Highly recommend. If you know anything about board games and board game designers, it's by Reiner Knizia, who does pretty much everything. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about this game. If you're looking for a Tolkien-themed board game, highly recommend getting this one.